Imagine waking up tomorrow and experiencing that strange, heavy tiredness that you can't understand. Or maybe you've observed that your joints are stiffer than normal, or worse, that your blood pressure has changed suddenly. A lot of older people don't think about it, but the truth is that what you eat every day could be making these health problems worse. Who's to blame? Some vegetables can be worse for you than you think, especially after age 60. Today, we're going to tell you about 3 veggies you should never eat if you want to be healthy and full of energy. It's not just about taste or preference, it's about keeping yourself healthy for a long time. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button. On this channel, we're giving reliable health tips to help you live your healthiest and most independent life after 60. You'll get expert-backed advice and simple recommendations on how to improve your everyday routines, boost your energy, and protect your heart. Don't miss out. Sign up today, and let's get started. The secret risks of some vegetables. As we get older, our bodies change a lot, and we often notice that our digestive systems, which used to work perfectly, don't work as well anymore. This means we need to look at the things we eat again to make sure they aren't hurting us without us knowing it, even if they look healthy. Vegetables are one type of food that people often forget about. Vegetables are typically thought of as the most important part of a healthy diet because they're full of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. But what if some of these vegetables are actually bad for people over 60? Spinach is a vegetable that a lot of you undoubtedly think of as a superfood. People know that spinach has a lot of iron in it and might give you more energy. But here's the catch. Spinach has a lot of vitamin K, which is important for blood clotting. This becomes a silent threat if you take blood thinners, which many older people use to stop clots after surgery or for heart problems. Eating too much vitamin K from spinach can make these medicines less effective, which makes it tougher to control how well your blood clots. And the terrifying part? You might not even notice this interference until it's too late. The Mayo Clinic says that elderly people often use blood thinners like warfarin, but vitamin K can make them less effective, which is why many doctors recommend that people take vitamin K regularly to avoid problems. But spinach and other leafy greens, like kale and collard greens, have a lot of vitamin K in them, and their unpredictability can be a hidden concern. If you eat spinach, it could signify that your medicine isn't working as well, which could put your heart and blood flow at risk. Let's take a moment to think about how good it would feel to wake up tomorrow knowing that your drugs are working exactly as they should and that you don't have to worry about blood clots. You can feel better just by cutting back or cutting out spinach from your diet, especially if you're using blood thinners. And no, you don't have to give up the health advantages of leafy greens completely. There are many other veggies that contain the same nutrients without the risk. Arugula, lettuce, and Swiss chard are all fantastic options that are lower in vitamin K, so you can get all the benefits without worrying about blood clots. But that's not everything. This is where things can get worse. The truth is that a lot of people eat spinach in different ways, like in salads, smoothies, and cooked foods. Over time, these modest, repetitive exposures to spinach can add up and have an impact on your health. You might not realize that drinking a spinach smoothie every morning is affecting how well your medicine keeps your blood under check. A lot of older people do this without even thinking about it. If you get inexplicable bruises, fatigue, or trouble breathing, it could be because the spinach you're eating is getting in the way of the medicine that's supposed to keep you safe. This isn't a way to scare people. It's a fact that professionals agree on. Harvard Medical School also agrees with this warning and says that taking too much vitamin K in an inconsistent way can make it tougher to control blood thickness, especially in older people who already have health problems. So, how can you stay away from this possible danger? It's easy. Eat less spinach and other foods high in vitamin K, and talk to your doctor about a better diet plan that works with your medicine. If you love spinach, switching to a safer option for a few weeks can make a major difference in how well your blood thinners perform. You can still eat greens, but choose ones that are lower in vitamin K and keep note of how much you eat. Your body and health will reward you. As we go through this video, remember that there are many more surprise vegetables you should steer away from. The following revelation could revolutionize the way you think about your health and food, so don't miss it. Broccoli, the unexpected cause for seniors. Broccoli is a superfood because it has a lot of fiber, antioxidants, and vitamin C.
But what if I told you that this so-called superfood might be doing more damage than good, especially for older people? Broccoli is good for your health in many ways, but it can also cause some problems that older people can't perceive. For people over 60, broccoli's sulfur-containing compounds might cause digestive problems and other things that you might not even think of as related to this beneficial food. You're not the only one who has felt bloated, gassy, or had stomach problems after eating broccoli. A lot of older people don't realize they have a problem, since they think it's just part of becoming older, but it could be something else. Broccoli is a cruciferous vegetable, which means it is related to cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. These vegetables are high in fiber and good for your health. They can help your heart and lower your risk of cancer. But they do have glucosinolates, which are sulfur-containing substances that can cause gas, bloating, and stomach aches in large amounts. As we get older, our digestive systems gradually become less able to break down certain foods. For example, broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables can be harder for our stomachs to handle. Imagine sitting down to a nutritious dinner of roasted broccoli and then feeling sick and bloated for hours following. Not only is it annoying, but it can also make it harder for you to feel good and stay healthy. This is especially bad for older people who may already have digestive problems like IBS or acid reflux. Harvard Medical School says that as people get older, their digestive systems become more sensitive to certain foods, especially those high in fiber and sulfur. This can cause pain and make it harder for the body to absorb nutrients, which is a big concern. This is particularly worrisome because older people need more nutrition than ever to keep their muscles, bones, and overall health in good shape. If you feel bloated or gassy after eating broccoli, it could mean that this vegetable isn't as good for you as you believed. The answer is to replace it with something that is easier on your stomach. Zucchini, spinach, in moderation, and cucumbers are all great options. They're easier on your stomach, but still full of essential nutrients that are good for your health. But the truth is that broccoli's impact on your digestion is only half the story. As you get older, eating too much of this vegetable can cause another, more serious problem. Broccoli has phytates in it, which are natural substances that can make it harder for your body to absorb nutrients like calcium, iron, and zinc. This might not be a significant deal for younger people with healthy digestive systems, but it is a concern for older people because their bodies naturally become less able to absorb nutrients as they get older. A 2022 study by the National Institute on Aging found that older people who eat a lot of foods high in phytates may have lower levels of key minerals, which could make them more likely to get osteoporosis, muscle weakness, and anemia. Think about what will happen if you don't get enough calcium as you get older. You could have broken bones, joint pain, or even not be able to walk without help. If you eat too much broccoli, it could be making these problems worse, which makes it harder to stay independent. So, it's important to think about how much of this vegetable you eat and make sure you get enough nutrients from other foods. Eating a little bit of broccoli every now and then is fine, but eating a lot of it all the time could stop your body from getting the nutrients it needs to stay healthy. The quiet danger of nightshades. On top of spinach and broccoli, there are other vegetables that many seniors eat without knowing it, even though they could be bad for their health. Nightshades are a group of vegetables that include tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, and potatoes. Many people eat these vegetables every day since they're healthy and can be used in many ways. But for some people, especially older folks, they can be a hidden health concern. Nightshades can be bad for you because they have a natural compound in them called solanine. Solanine is a glycoalkaloid, which plants use as a natural defense against pests and diseases. But in humans, solanine can cause a lot of different inflammatory responses, especially in people who are sensitive to it. And unfortunately, as we get older, we're more likely to get inflammation, especially in our joints. You're not imagining it if you have noticed that your joints hurt or stiff or swollen more after eating tomatoes, eggplants, or peppers. The American College of Rheumatology says that solanine can make illnesses like rheumatoid arthritis and other inflammatory diseases worse, which makes them painful and worse to feel.
But the pain isn't the only concern. It can lead to chronic inflammation, which is linked to many significant health problems, including as diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. Older people who have chronic low-grade inflammation are much more likely to get heart disease. The American Heart Association says that inflammation in the body is a big part of how atherosclerosis, plaque buildup in the arteries, happens. This can cause heart attacks and strokes. If you eat nightshades often and already have chronic problems like high blood pressure or joint discomfort, you might be unwittingly making your chance of getting more problems worse. Instead of suffering with the pain and discomfort that comes with inflammation, think of waking up every day feeling more energetic and free of joint pain. It might be life-changing for you to stop eating nightshades. The best thing is, you don't have to give up taste or health. There are many other foods you can eat instead of nightshades that won't make you sick. Instead of peppers, you may use squash or carrots, for instance. These vegetables are high in fiber, vitamin A, and antioxidants, yet they won't cause inflammation like nightshades can. Instead of tomatoes, try cucumbers, zucchini, or beets. They're all good for your joints and taste delicious. You might be thinking, how do I know if I'm sensitive to solanine? The truth is, it's not always clear right away. A lot of older people don't realize that nightshades are making their inflammation worse for years, especially since the effects might be small and build up over time. If you notice that your joints are getting stiffer, your muscles are hurting, or your stomach is upset after consuming nightshades, it might be time to cut them out of your diet. A simple 30-day elimination diet can provide you clear answers, and it's not too hard to do. Now that we've spoken about how nightshades might be bad for your heart and your health, you might be asking about other healthy veggies that can be hiding detrimental consequences. Don't go anywhere. In the next section, I'll tell you about an unexpected factor that is impacting more seniors than you believe. You won't want to miss it. The vegetables that are good for your heart. It's time for some good news after all this talk about vegetables that might be doing more damage than good. You don't have to stop eating vegetables completely. There are a lot of heart-healthy vegetables that are good for you, boost your circulation, and make you feel more awake. Let's talk about the vegetables that are good for your health and your heart, joints, and overall well-being, especially after age 60. Making the right selections is the key to getting the most out of your food. The cruciferous vegetable family, which includes kale, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and bok choy, is a great example of this. These vegetables are full of fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants, all of which are important for keeping your immune system and heart healthy. What's even better? Cruciferous vegetables have sulforaphane in them, which is a strong antioxidant that also helps fight inflammation. Sulforaphane lowers oxidative stress in the body, which lowers the chance of getting chronic diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. These diseases are more common in older people. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2021 indicated that seniors who ate more cruciferous vegetables had a 25% lower risk of heart disease than those who ate them less often. These vegetables are good for more than just your heart. They're also good for your digestion, which is especially crucial for older people who have problems like constipation or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Cruciferous vegetables are high in fiber, which helps your digestive system work well and keeps your bowel movements regular. This is very important for older people, since bad digestion can cause bloating, pain, and even malnutrition over time. Imagine having more energy, not having to deal with stomach problems, and having a healthier heart. That's what cruciferous vegetables can do. And the best part? They're quite flexible and easy to add to your meals. You can eat them raw in salads, steamed, or roasted. Add some kale to your morning smoothie, or create some tasty cauliflower rice to use instead of white rice in your meals. You won't have to give up taste or nutrients to have more energy and better health with these simple changes. Sweet potatoes are another food that is good for your heart that should be mentioned. Sweet potatoes are different from typical white potatoes, which, as we talked about, can be part of the nightshade family. They're full of beta-carotene, vitamin A, and potassium, all of which are good for your heart and overall health. A study from Harvard Medical School found that seniors who ate more foods high in potassium had a lower risk of stroke and higher blood pressure.
Sweet potatoes are also lower on the glycemic index, which means they're a great choice for older people who want to keep their blood sugar levels stable. It's time to start eating these healthy vegetables if you want to protect your heart, joints, and overall health. You should eat cruciferous vegetables like kale, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, as well as heart-healthy foods like sweet potatoes. On a daily basis, you will feel better now and in the future if you eat more of these foods that are rich in nutrients. Change today and you'll be surprised at how much better you feel. How to keep eating well after age 60. When we get 60, eating healthy foods isn't enough. We also need to create habits that remain. One important piece of advice I want to give you today is to eat a lot of different colorful vegetables every day. Eating a variety of vegetables ensures you get all the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants you need, each which helps a different part of your health. Each color of vegetable has a different benefit for your body. For example, orange carrots are good for your eyes, and green leafy vegetables are good for your bones. Along with their meals, seniors should also make sure they drink enough water. Drinking water all day, especially with meals, helps your body digest food and make sure it gets all the nutrients it needs. Seniors often complain of being tired, having joint pain, and having a foggy mind. Dehydration can exacerbate these problems. And last but not least, don't forget to eat healthy fats like avocado or olive oil and lean meats like fish or chicken. Eating the right mix of foods will not only make you feel better now, but it will also help you avoid many of the long-term health problems that seniors face as they get older. So, there you have it. 3 vegetables to stay away from after 60 and 4 wonderful substitutes that will help your heart, joints, and overall health. Remember that what you eat can either help you or hurt you, and it's never too late to change what you eat. Cut back on spinach, broccoli, and nightshades, and then replace them with vegetables that are good for your health. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might find it useful if you did. Please leave a comment below with your views or questions. We're always here to help you live a healthy life. And don't forget that this channel has a lot of expert thoughts and practical advice on how to live well after 60, so keep watching for more.